Okay. So third one, I want to ask, like, has anyone worked with software developers in any role as such, like product manager or QA or or any of those roles? Yes. So Harish is yes. Have not got any in college. I had a chance to participate in hackathon. So, fine. I'll take here as well, here as well. Okay. So the rest, I think, like, has not done any sort of software development work or has not worked with software developers too. And so I will, like, frame presentation with, like, by keeping this thing in mind. So let's start it. I'll share my screen. Starting screen share will stop others can be some share. Okay. I'm sharing my screen and then we can proceed. Uh, okay. So you can see it now. And it's like, whenever you are having any doubt, feel free to speak or write over chat too. And I want to make it as two-way sessions, not as a one way only. And where uh during sessions I will be asking questions, so it will be better, like, if you can unmute yourself and speak. uh So to start with, what is artificial intelligence? Firstly, we should like, firstly we should know what is intelligence. So any one of you can share your views, and we all use this word, and we all might be having like, uh, understanding what's the
हेलो
yeah, meaning of it. Yes.
ऑडिबल हूँ मैं हेलो
Yes, बिल्कुल
हाँ
बोलिए.
so 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 I want to say that intelligence is nothing but using knowledge for our benefit.
Okay. So one we have got using knowledge for our benefit. Anyone else want to share their views?
Hello,
Yes,
am I
yes,
audible?
yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
so according to me, intelligence is something like if you have learned something, so how you are applying that learning into the skills.
Okay. The second is using learning into the skills. Okay. Anyone? Okay, we have a lot of people. If you can speak.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So according to me, I think that intelligence is a way by which an entity can have their own the decisions, or they can have their own consciousness.
Okay. Rohil is saying ki having their own decisions and consciousness. Okay. So, like, you all were right. And so there's one thing to it. I'll go to next slide and share that intelligence uh, is having a lot of parameters. And so we will go ahead with one by one. So first is that logical reasoning, like, somebody who can think logically and can understand complex ideas. Second one is that, like, somebody who can solve problems, and like, some novel problems too, that has not been solved yet. Like say, uh, going to Mars was kind of a novel problem to to to, to solve, and as a world, we just solved it. And third is learning, like, somebody who can learn anything new. Fourth is memory, and having a short term memory and long term both. Fifth is comprehension, to understand facts, meaning, implications. Sixth is adaptability, like, to apply knowledge flexibly in new situations. And seventh is creativity. So now, like, think of building a system which can do, like, all of these things. So uh when you think about self-driving car, where, like, self-driving car is like one of the great project, uh of, which is, like, done using deep learning. And when you see, like, what self driving car is doing, and out of these seven, what self driving car is doing, and like, when you see it, first point, self driving car is mostly doing that thing. Without self driving car, manually a driver is driving car. And what self driving car has done, that now a machine is driving the car. Now we have to see whether this machine is super strong or super intelligent, or it's skill lacking something. So when you see self-driving car, when we go ahead with all these seven things, and then see, like, where the self-driving car is doing well and where it is not doing well. First is the logical reasoning. We can say self driving car is taking logical decisions, like, if there's a speed breaker, then the speed needs to be slower down. And if there's someone had, then, like, needs to apply brake and stops the car too. So in the first point, it's doing fairly well, like, thinking logically. And but it is not understanding any complex ideas, as the driving is a simple job. So in the logical reasoning things, it's good, it's doing just fairly well. When we see the second thing as problem solving, then that's not solving some novel problems, like say say build, like say going to Mars, or the novel problems like finding something in quantum physics, something new that has not been found so far. So it's just solving a simple problems as such, driving a car, which is like which we can learn in 2 to 3 months time. Learning, yes, there's a some sorts of learning there. Memory, yes, like when the self driving car has driven like on a road, then the car will know where the speed breaker was, and like where the road is more wider or not. So in this point also it's doing fairly well. In next point, doing fairly well. In point number sixth, also doing fairly well. And point number seventh, no, like driving a car is not some sort of creative job. So why I was giving example of self-driving car on this, like when we see a self-driving car, then we mostly get this feeling, wow, like what has been built. But self-driving car is also not a super intelligent thing. There's a lot more to do as such, like what we as a human can do now. Now to next go ahead, I want to know from you that what is artificial intelligence. So you can start speaking, any one of you who knows like anything. Yes, Royal.
According to me, artificial intelligence means that if that if we provide a non living thing the ability to think for it, it, it itself.
Ability to think for itself, yes. uh
Hello,
Anyone else who wants to share?
hello,
Yes, please.
hello. So, uh,
Yes, yes.
according to me, artificial intelligence is just using the patterns and the algorithms for uh, for doing any task.
Using patterns algorithm to
Yes.
do any task. Okay. Okay. uh Anyone else? So okay, next we
According to
have
me,
Harish. Yes,
according
please.
to me,
So, should I speak?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
uh
So
so
I was saying that for me, what I feel is artificial intelligence is, understanding how our human brain works, how it learns, and how it remembers what it has learned and applied, and trying to replicate it in our computers.
okay, sounds good. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so next we can go to Sumit. You were saying something.
according
And
to me, artificial intelligence is all about. Uh, it is a form of intelligence which is not human intelligence. It is a different intelligence which human have developed. They perform certain activities according to certain algorithms. Like machine learning, they record the pattern and they replicate the pattern.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. So now let's move to next slide and then see. So artificial intelligence is a study to create software or machines to perform tasks which requires intelligence. Means like and these tasks are usually done by humans. So like in simple language we can see that any task that we are doing now, uh building a machine or software for those tasks, and but these tasks are the task which requires intelligence intelligence. And we have seen, in previous slide, what's the meaning of intelligence. Means the task uh task which may need logical reasoning or problem solving or learning or memory, or any one or more out of these seven things. Now, there are many tasks that we do. It can be driving a car, building a software, or writing software requirements document, or like teaching someone, or to make a test for students, and or you can share, maybe it will be good if you can all share one liner of what you do, and then we can think upon whether your task, or say any one of your tasks, can be done by artificial intelligence. So we can start with Rohil. Rohil, you can share one liner. What do you do?
I work as a specification analyst, and a part of my job is documentation.
Okay.
I need to make documentation of some of our products. So I think that if we can make a algorithm which could do the documentation all by itself, so then my workload will be a bit less.
Yeah. Sounds good. There's a lot more has been done in your space so far. Okay, then the next, let's move to Rohit. Rohit, you can share what do you do?
क्या हुआ भाई, दिखा दो टेस्ट, चले जाओ यहाँ से।
Okay. So I think Sonam was speaking. You are there, Sona?
So it got unmute by mistake, sorry.
Okay, fine then. No, that's fine. You can speak as well. That what do you do?
Sorry sir,
No, you can share in one liner. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Okay, fine. Sonam is a teacher. Then we can go to uh Rohit. Rohit, what do you do? Okay, I think Rohit is can't hear. Uh, Harish, I know is having his own startup. Then we have Sishu. Sishu, what do you do?
And yeah, I am currently studying data science. I am in a data science bootcamp.
Okay, so Sishu is learning data science. Sounds good. And we can write for you as a data scientist. Okay, then we have Sumit. Sumit, what do you do?
You are mute.
Sorry. I am a JE faculty, IIT JE faculty, but I
Okay,
have studied data science approx 6 to 8 months before going into this field. I was
okay,
trying to get into this field, but since I was from mechanical engineering background, so there was certain difficulty in getting into it. So in the
okay,
future, I'm hoping to get into this field.
okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Uh, Abhishek, what do you do?
Hello, Vikas.
Hello.
I'm a marketing executive.
Okay, marketing executive. Sounds good. So then we have last Mohammed Adil.
Uh, Myself, Mohammad Adil, pursuing computer engineering, and it- it's my last year.
Okay, sounds good. So then last we have Mathur. Mathur, what do you do? Okay, maybe Mathur has just joined and can't hear. So I was asking this mainly to know, like that how we can use AI in your field. So I can see that Sonam and Sumit are in teaching, and there's lot more has been done in your field as well. There's a famous website of learning called Khan Academy, and they have used it really well. So like you can check that. Now to go ahead, uh, so there are three levels of artificial intelligence, which is artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and artificial super intelligence. So I want to know from you what's the meaning of these three. So anyone can share their views. Yes, Harish.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, I don't know about this, but I'm just trying to guess. So what I feel is artificial narrow intelligence is ability to do very basic tasks, okay, which doesn't require a lot of like initially you showed a lot of parameters to intelligence, right? So some basic tasks which do not require a lot of parameters. In case of general, I feel that it is, like slightly one level above in which you can do most of the things which any normal person can do. And super intelligence is something that which requires like a slightly higher intelligence, which requires ability to learn new skills, apply it, and then remember it, and then with each new ways or whatever new things you encounters, learn and unlearn. So all these kind of uh, things which requires like slightly more intelligence than uh, you know average person. This is what my guess is.
Yes, yes, yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good, Harish. So now Rohit wants to share as well. You are on mute, Rohit. Rohit, your voice is not coming. Okay, Rohit, now Rohit, you are on mute. No, your voice is still not coming. So do you want to rejoin? Okay. In the meanwhile, Rohit might rejoin. We can go ahead. So okay. So like artificial narrow intelligence is, as Harish was saying, like doing a task which does not require much intelligence, means doing like building a machine or a software uh, which can do a task of a specific use case only. That specific use case can be image classification, like what Facebook is using. In Facebook, when you are having a photo, then they can tag the face of your friends there, and that's a very specific use case. And uh, one more can be self-driving car. That's also a very specific use case. Means when like self-driving car can't read physics and learn physics. A self-driving car can just drive car. That's it. So when we go towards the second one, which is uh, artificial general intelligence, so it is as good as what we can do. And we can say in this, chat GPT is a baby step towards that, where I assume that you all might have used chat GPT, and where chat GPT is a baby step towards that, where to GPT we can raise any query, any query, whether that can be related to software development or law, or like to ask details about a disease, or anything, then chat GPT has a reply for the same. Where we can say chat GPT is someone who has learned all of these things, and it's a baby step towards that, but still there's a lot more that chat GPT can't do. And the last one is uh artificial super intelligence, that you can say is a building a software or machine, uh which which is having the knowledge of great humans of like of many fields, like say this is a machine which is having a mind of Newton in physics, mind of Dhoni in sports, and like mind of the great folk in their own domain only. Then that machine can do like any work. Then you can place this machine in a match as well, where you can say that now you have to do the same work what Dhoni is doing, and like think of having such a thing. So far we are just building a lot of things in the first point only. In the second point we are just like doing small things right now, where chat gpt or like uh software like chat gpt, maybe Claude 2 or mid journey, and like they are doing like things nearly that. Okay, so just want to know if you are having any query on this, else we can go ahead in the next slide. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so I have someone on my gate. Meanwhile, you can think on this, and I'll be just back in 2 minutes. I am back. Okay, I'm back, and so the next question is, so far we have got to know what is artificial intelligence, and what is this, what that can do, and so on and so forth. And now question is how we can build it. So I'll go to next slide here. So to build it, like this is a Venn diagram which is showing some terms. Is ML is machine learning, DL is deep learning, NN is neural network, and DS is data science. So we need to learn these things to build any AI application. And we will deep dive more there. What's the meaning of this? I just want to firstly show this Venn diagram, so that you can get a larger view. Okay, now to go ahead, we have some terms like data science, machine learning, deep learning, and we need to know these terms. Then only we can know that how to build an AI application. Now want to know from you that what's the meaning of these terms. Any one of you can share their views. Yes, Sumit, you're on mute.
So data science is all about collection of data, retrieving information from data, useful information from data, and manipulation of data.
Okay.
This is a short-term statement on data science.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. That's really nice.
Uh,
And do you know about machine learning and deep learning also?
sir, I know a bit about machine learning. Like I had worked on Python and R.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's nice. So anyone else who wants to share their views? So if you know a bit, that's fine. You can just share anything that you know. Okay, we have Rohil.
Uh, so according to what I have gone through some articles and web pages about machine learning in the past. So machine learning is a branch of data science and artificial intelligence which makes use of the data and the various algorithms.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Hello.
So yes, yes, please.
Uh,
Go
so,
ahead.
so according to me, machine learning is using data warehousing and data mining for finding useful patterns and information. And the deep learning is the advanced version of it.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Sounds good. So now just to okay, just to go back and then share, like here, machine learning is subset of artificial intelligence only, and where deep learning is subset of machine learning, and data science is something like there can be some data science work which will not fall in the bracket of artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning. There may be some work like that also, and there can be some work which will fall in this bracket too. So we will go ahead now and then see what are these. So data science is a science that extracts knowledge or insights from data, and data science result can be a slide stack as well, or result can be a software as well. So if I give you one real use case of data science, like say now you might be knowing next month there will be Flipkart's big billion day sale. So one use case of Flipkart big billion day sale can be their team can think last year, say they have sold like 1 lakh iPhones on last year's big billion day, then they can have data science problem statement like this, that they have to sell 1.5 lakh this year in this year's big billion day sale. Then what do they need to do so that they can sell 1.5 lakh phones? So then their team then needs to gather all the data, then their team get all the knowledge and insights from the data, and then make a plan that what they need to do so that they can sell 1.5 lakh phones this year. And then this will be backed by data, fully backed by the data. That's the data science work. If someone has a goal, then how they can meet that goal, then reaching to that stage using the past data. And this can be one of the problem statement. Second can be, say, if there's a company which is making bottles, and while making bottles they are having, say, 5 lakh faulty bottles monthly that they make, that they do not ship, but they just their quality team labels them as a faulty bottle, 5 lakh monthly. Now their data science goal can be that get all the data, analyze the data, and gather knowledge and insights, that how they can reduce this number of 5 lakh faulty bottles monthly to 4 lakhs, or say 3 lakhs. Now that's where we use data science. And if we go to machine learning, then learning is the field of study that enables computers to perform certain tasks by learning without being explicitly programmed. It means that, if we see here, there are three keywords. First is that uh, like we are making something which will do some task, and but that task will be done by learning only. We can say here we are building a software. That software will do a certain task, but those tasks will be done by learning, not by explicitly programmed. What does that mean? Say, when you go to website or app of Book My Show to book a movie, then they have done programming there, that firstly you will land on a page where you can see movie theaters with the movie name. Then you will choose a movie, then you will get, the which seat that you want to select, and then you will go ahead and then pay. Then the whole journey is programmed, specifically programmed only. But there can be some task, say, if Facebook is building something where they can tag the faces of your friend. Now this will be very hard to program that, because the face can be seeing straight, seeing left, seeing right, seeing top, seeing bottom. In the one face your friend can have beard, in one more face beard can be there. beard will not be there. In one face there will be specs, in another face specs will not be there. Now for such task, you need to build a software which can learn from the data, rather than you are programming each and every small thing. So this is machine learning in a nutshell. We can say building a software which can learn from the data, and rather than specifically programming it. And there are majorly three types types of machine learning, which are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. We will go ahead for this later. And now the our next topic is deep learning. Deep learning is a type of machine learning only, and but in deep learning we are building it using neural networks. And then deep learning is something which can solve a lot of complex problems. So this is data science, machine learning, and deep learning. Just want to know whether if you are having any questions. Yes, Rohil.
Uh, in the point of machine learning, you said that the algorithms are they are being made without a, 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 explicitly programming them. So
Yes.
could you please e- e- explain that point?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So there are uh, two ways of building software. One is where we have written in this slide as explicitly programming. We usually say one more word for this as a rule based. And second way of building software is a learning based. So rule based means where you write rules to meet your goal, so that the software task or the software goal will be done then. Like if I'll share one case, like say if you have to build a software which can tag mail, whether this mail is a spam mail or not. So one way will be where you will write the rules when the mail is having any such words that give me 50,000 rupees money, or any mail which is having some sort of random branding that they are doing, or you will uh, 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 write the rules when the mail is having this word, then mark it as a spam, this word mark it as a spam, this word mark it as a spam. But there can be lot of words that 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 will mark this mail as a spam. That's the one thing. And then the second thing we will be, I want to mark certain mails as a spam, but you don't want to mark it as a spam only. like say if I am getting some random mails from say MailChimp, and this is some kind of uh branding that they are doing. I want to mark those mails as a spam, but you might be fine with that. So that's why writing rules may be really hard for that. But when you will build a s- software that can learn from the data, like say whenever I will mark a mail as a spam, so my learning model will see the mail body and then see it like, this body is of that sort. That's why he has marked is this mail as a spam. When the mail with nearly similar body will come, then I can mark that mail as a spam only. Unlike, if we have built such a learning based model where the specific rules are not there. Rules means when the mail is having this word, then only mark this mail as a spam. uh hmm. Rohil, you are fine now? Okay, sounds good. Now let's go ahead next. So then, like, I have certain examples of machine learning. One I have just shared with you that, like, to build a software to mark this mail is a spam or not. Second example is of speech recognition that we are doing in like, like Google is having their own tool as well where you can speak something. And third use case is of machine translation, where you can like, get text in a different language. Fourth use case can be online advertising, where, like, if you want to place any online ad on Google or Facebook, then you want to see what do you have to write to the ad, so that you will be having more number of clicks. And i- in that as well, you can use machine learning. And then there's a self-driving cars that we have talked. And then the last one can be like, if there's a phone photo, then to find a defect there, whether this phone is having any defect or not. Next we have some use cases of uh data science and machine learning in certain department or uh, function. Like say in the sales, uh, data science use case can be optimizing sales funnel. Means that like, uh, you can say it like this: when you are having some sales goal, and then data science can can help you with that based on your data gathered so far, that how you can meet that sales goal. Where machine learning can help you with that, when you are having the sales leads, then prioritizing those leads. So I am not going ahead with this one by one, that may be bit boring. And I will, like, share this slide stack with you, so that you can, like, like, see this. So to go ahead next, like, we have used this term of supervised learning, uh, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Uh, what are the meaning of these ones? You can share your views. Yes,
So I think
Harish.
I'll just answer with an example.
Yeah.
Which now in the previous example, which you said that marking mail as spam, and then the model understanding that what are the uh, parameters to identify it as spam. So I think supervised learning is where a human feedback is taken periodically or human intervention is required for the model to get better. Like based on what I based on how I mark a particular mail as spam, it will then understand in the future and automatically mark it uh, as spam. And unsupervised is human intervention is not required. The model is already trained, and then it behaves as per how it is trained initially. Reinforcement is when I have no idea about that.
Okay, Harish. Okay, Harish. Sounds good. Thanks to share. Uh, anyone else who wants to share? Okay, let's go ahead then. So, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning are algorithms that are trained using labeled data set. Like, if we have to build a supervised learning model, then what do we have to give? We have to feed that model a labeled data. Like, we are supervising it in the first go only. Like, say, if we have to build a software of spam filtering, then say we have 1 lakh mails and first, and we have labeled those mails, whether the mail number 1 is a spam or not, mail number 2 is a spam or not, mail number 3 is a spam or not. Then we feed this labeled data to this model, and with this 1 lakh labeled data, this model will learn that which mail do I have to tag as a spam mail or not. And if we see the second, unsupervised learning, in this case, we do not label any data. We are just building a model and feeding a lot of data to it, which is not labeled. And based on this model, like, how this model is built, the model is self labeling the data, or say self giving that like, which is what, say, example can be, if we have data of lot of customers or users, which is having, say, user name, user belongs to which city, and user has done what, like, buying, and like, say, if this data is by Flipkart, then they are having this user has bought what, and so on and so forth. And if they are building one unsupervised model, then this model can do customer segmentation. Means this model can segment customers, like, say it can segment like this. These are the users who are buying, like, large value sale. These are the users who are buying low value sale. And like, there can be lot of more segmentation as such, that this model may do it. And the last one is that reinforcement learning. Like, reinforcement learning is something where the model learns when the model goes in the real world, based on whenever a model does a task, whether whether, like, this one is giving reward or not. Based on that, this model learn. So this can be, you can think of building a software which is playing a real chess game. Like, say, if there's a machine uh, who is playing chess game with Vishwanathan, and then what this machine will be doing, that a machine will be playing the game based on the move. When the move will give a reward, this machine will learn from that. And when any move will fail, then machine will learn from that as well. And based on the this learning only, uh machine will give his or its next move. So this is the meaning of all these three terms. If you are having any doubt, then we can discuss that. I got this message from Seshu. He can't hear. Uh, it's fine now, Seshu. I think he has left, maybe. Okay. So just want to know whether you are having any question here. Okay, let's move ahead. Uh, so next is that how to choose an AI project. There are two things that we have to do. One is technical diligence, and second one is business diligence. And what's the meaning of these two? Anyone can share. Okay, I got from Adil that what is the difference between outputs of supervised and unsupervised learning? Difference between outputs of supervised and unsupervised learning. Output, when you see that, usually these two learning models are for a different kind of use cases. Supervised learning we can use in, like, all kinds of uses, where we can label the data, we can feed the labeled data, and based on that labeled data, uh, software can learn it. But labeling the data is a manual job that takes time, lot of time. Then then that's why there are some use cases which may be solved by not labeling the data as well, and that can save time too. And those use cases come under unsupervised learning. Okay. Now to go ahead with the next one here. So just want to know uh, from you whether you are getting bored or we are going fine. Uh, Based on that, I can see whether to go with a larger pace, slower pace, and so on so forth. Okay, Harish is giving thumbs up. Fine then. Let's go ahead here. Then now, what's the difference in these two, or say meaning of these two? Uh, these two we need it when we choose any kind of AI project, tech diligence and business diligence. And when we are good with both, then only we start it. If we are not good with any one of these two, then we do not start it. Then what's the meaning of these two? Yes, Royal.
According to me, I think that tech diligence is it can be a software or an application which can be used to improve the technical part of a company, and the business diligence can be an algorithm which can be used to in the business development department.
Okay, okay. Uh, Harish, yes, please go ahead.
So Vikas, actually, I wanted to ask about this slide in particular. So
Okay.
this slide says how to choose an AI project. I did
Yeah.
actually wanted to clarify, like, the question is with regards to how to choose what to develop using AI in our company, or what does it, I mean, what is the intent here?
Yes, yes, you are right. As we get this as a buzzword now. We all want to use it, and it's how can we choose whether we should be doing this project using AI or
Okay.
not.
Okay. So then I think with regards to that, I feel technical diligence is, say, if I choose a problem statement, then whether AI can solve the problem which I have in mind, whether AI has the ability to do that, is called something like, I mean, is technical diligence. And business diligence is, what I feel is, if at all I do implement it using AI, what impact will it have on my business? Is what I feel.
Yes, you are right. Tech diligence, we can say whether this is doable or not, and how much data is needed, how long, how much time will it take. So this is from this tech point of view. Then by doing so, we can get to know whether this is feasible or not. And business diligence means what business value it it will solve, and based on that, it can lower down the cost, and it can uh, increase revenue, or that can help to launch new product or new business. And the third one is ethical diligence. Means we have to make sure that anything that we will make, it should make world not worse place. And this also we need to see it, like say when we build a platform like fantasy sports games, where you can build your team and you can win something. Those are more of games where you bet, and those games are making people number only. And n- n- not to build anything which will make world a worse place, or say build anything which can harm anyone in say any way. We can find some value there to get more revenue, or also those are doable as such, but those are making world a worse place.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, what I understand from technical diligence and the business diligence, that technical diligence is all about whether the AI is required matlab, if the use case can be done from the other methods, then what is the need of AI? So technical diligence, what I understand, that whether uh, it is surely AI algorithm or the machine learning algorithm that is required to solve the problem or not, or it can be solved by the other methods as well. And business diligence is all about that whether the use case which we are doing, whether we can convert into revenue or not, or whether it can be convertible into the revenue or in the business case or not. So yeah.
Yes, you are right, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, next move had uh, so these are key elements that we need to see before uh starting. One is that we have to define accuracy, and that is with which we can launch it. It can be 90, 95, or say so on and so forth. The step number two is we have to do is to prepare data set, and third is to build model. And then I would like to show you some machine learning frameworks that you can use. You can use any one framework out of these two. First two are very famous ones, and you can use it as such, and those are totally free. And the second work is second thing is that when you have to read any kind of researches, then you can go to this website archive, where you can get all research papers for free only. And this is quite useful. And thirdly, you can get a lot of source codes given by many folks on GitHub.
One thing I just want to ask you, where Veka is used. Vika and Paddle Cafe. Three things.
Yeah, so like these are machine learning frameworks only. Like you can use any one of these frameworks to build your machine learning model.
And why only ARC, ARXIV? So why this only research publication
Uh,
is
uh,
mentioned? I
no,
can.
no, this is a website where you can get it for free only.
Okay, but means for all any use case we can search here and we can get any kind. Well, for any use case we can get the research over here.
For mostly all, like this is the platform where like folks release their researches for free only. And so here you will get for most, for what like most, but there may be few that you might not get.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next is like how to start learning for free. Like this is what I have found it really good so far. If anyone wants to start it, like the first core, these all are like free only. You don't have to pay anything for these ones to learn. So the first course is good to get like all sorts of non-tech knowledge. And the course number 2 and 3 are the one where like it's like tech, deep dive tech, where you will be building your own models. And once you will be done with second and third, then you can start to build your own like machine learning or like models then. And I feel in a way, if anyone who can give daily like 1 hour to uh 2 hours, then they can finish all three in like 3-4 months time. This is about courses. Then okay, then there are some uses, or say some platforms that we can use, like anyone who is a non-tech or tech as such, and want to use deep learning or machine learning to like to do their work fastly, then they can use any one of these things. And like there are lot more. I have just placed very few. And out of these, this list, we all might be using chat gpt now. And but like there are lot more tools which are getting built. Are these hands-on courses? Yes, these are. Okay, so that's it. If you are having anything, any like query or doubt, like please ask.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Please.
one question. Yeah. I just want to ask one question. Apart from this, I want to do some kind of work on the use case like generative AI or chat GPT kind of thing. LLM basically
Yes.
models.
Yes.
So how can I get the use case and how can I just get
Okay.
that
So
one?
so one thing that you can use, you can use chat GPT service also
Okay.
directly, and like build it using that. And that you can use it very fast. And like when you want to build your own large language model, so it will take time, lot of time as such. So ChatGPT service you can use, which is which like if you want to build something for your own use case, and then you can start using it fastly as well. I can show you one, uh like say this is ChatGPT. API, then uh you can just use it. Like say what I gave, I fed it some data point, some words data, and from that data I am giving it this thing that give me data of name, this number, and so on so forth, and it is giving me this data. Then then the use case is that ra- rather than using your own large language model, you can use chat gpt only inside your own web app slash phone app.
So I've not joined in the starting. So where you have like you worked in for data science actually, if I know about more about you. So I'm not.
Sorry, me?
Yeah. Just asking. Just
Okay.
wanted to. Yeah. From the where you
Okay.
have worked in data science and how it was the journey.
Okay, for me it was like I started my job in 2013. Then I was working more around map data. Then around
Map
20
data. Okay. Geo
map
data. Geo data.
yes, geo data. Then around 2015, I got more keen to learn in data science, machine learning, and so on and so forth. Then I learned that by my own, doing some moocs and say so on and so forth. And then I did job then till 2017. And then I found my first startup, and there we were building one SaaS based web app using deep learning. And we ran our first startup till 2019. Then I found one more startup then, and that's what going on now. And so we are seeing anywhere we can use data science or machine learning, there we use it.
Nice. Actually, when we give the interview, that people, that interviewer basically first expectation is like, I need the person who should know end-to-end deployment, end-to-end from starting from scratch to end-to-end deployment, and well, his first sentence is just like that, and he should also have the knowledge of cloud, and he should have deployed the model like that. They initially start, huh? So. So how do you suggest how I can, how we can improve this thing actually? Matlab,
uh
for the
like
company ready actually.
company ready, I think in a way it's better to work on hands-on projects. It's better when if you can show some projects built by you which is deployed as such. Now deploying a model on a cloud is a small thing only, as this is not a huge thing. The main thing is to build it. And means it it will be better if you can work on a real life based project only. One thing that you can do, we can start something in TISA as well, where like there can be some stammering guide, like a some sort of chat GPT for uh like for stammerers, and where they can ask anything related to stammering. So if you are keen, then we can start building that too. And so maybe like I feel it in a way that anything that can add real value, if you build it, if you launch it, and now to do that you don't have to join a job anywhere, you can do it side by side. And when you show to them real work, then they will more deep dive in that real work. Doing a MOOC is one thing, learning is one thing you can show to them, but real work is a real work.
Yeah, sure. I think I am only asking question. Maybe other people can also ask. Sorry,
Yeah.
I can. If I need any question, I will ask separately also. Do
Okay.
you
Okay.
mind if I will ask question separately?
Yeah, sure. Sounds great. Sounds good. I saw a few research regarding stuttering identification detection using machine learning, deep learning. Do you have any idea about that? No, I have not read read them, but yeah, it's good that like work has been done in that field. काफी अच्छा है, it's really good. Yeah, so Harish has raised hands. Yes, please.
Yeah, Vikas.
Harish.
So
Harish.
actually, I wanted to ask questions based on my experiences. So
Yeah.
currently, I mean, in my startup, we are trying to build AI product uh, which uses a computer vision to identify certain uh, problems in agriculture. Okay. So two challenges which we faced is one is how to build how to create data. So I just wanted to understand how uh, other companies, AI companies who are into this AI, how they produce data. Because one thing is one way is you actually go and start taking photos of what you want and create your own data, but that will take time, and it's not possible to cover each and every kind of data. A second is what I thought was there are people or there are companies who create it for you. And third is there are tools to create uh, s- synthetic data. Like it will create
Yeah.
fake data for you. But how is it really, or how feasible are these methods, or are there any other methods adopted?
Uh, Harish, my view is this, like building a machine learning model is takes lot of cost. What I feel like cost
Yeah.
from this point of view, first is that to build on data set, and before building on data set you have to plan it really well, that like what data do you need, and how will you gather that data, how will you l- label that data, and how much data that you need. So this needs wisdom, like someone who has worked, else I have faced this thing as well, like we have built data, we have labeled data, then we have built model. Then we went to the real world. Then we have found the data that we gathered and labeled. Real world data is not similar, and then
Exactly.
our model is failing there. And then this thing the first is that it needs a cost to build data set, and the second cost is that to build a model also you need high end GPUs. And GPU takes cost, like a lot of cost. Then I always recommend this to startups, like if we can find a ready-made service only, and we can launch with that first, and side by side we can keep working on that, getting a pre-trained model and fine tune that model on our data. And that work can go side by side. And when we can build our own model on a free pre-trained model, then we can save cost in a long run. And but in starting we have to validate that feature as well by launching, whether users really need it or not, or whether I can monetize this feature or not. So from this point of view, I suggest in a way that lot of folks are building their models who has funds, huge funds, and they are launching services as well. So we should use it within our own app and build the feature, and side by side, first step can be finding the right pre-trained model and say fine tune on that one, but r- rather than building fully from scratch.
Yeah, I agree with you on the fine tuning on a, a pre-trained, and that is what we eventually did. And the other thing which you said was that have ready-made, like are you suggesting you first go for APIs which are
Yes.
already available?
Yes.
Okay, understood. Okay,
Yes.
second thing was, when you are in the stage of learning this, right, AI or how to build this, I see that there's a lot of mathematics involved.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it a good idea to first learn and understand the mathematics and then deep dive into the actual AI?
Yeah. So Harish, in my view, when somebody who is working to build a model and not using any sort of ready-made services, then though maths need to be learned. Otherwise, it will be really hard to build the right model. It will be like building a model, but that still we don't know most of the things why that's going on. And then
Yeah.
we may take a lot of time and still not build the right model. And that MOOC link that I gave, I feel that if anyone can do those MOOCs, so these MOOCs are having maths as well that's needed.
Okay. Okay. Fine, fine. By the way, it was a very good session, and it was a good overview, and I think uh, a good start, a kickstart to start learning your AI.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much,
this,
Harish.
Vikas.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so I think Rohil's hand raised too.
First of all, I really enjoyed the session, and I have two questions. So my first question, it is like considering the Venn diagram which you showed for the data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So in that Venn diagram, where does big data stands?
Where does big data stands? Let's see that once more. Big data, I see it's kind of data engineering and data storage part. Mainly these two things. And I'll draw it somewhere like this, like like they like this. So a big data can have some work with data science as well, and big data can have some work which will not relate to data science, machine learning, deep learning, or any of those sorts. And big data can have some work which is like going with machine learning and deep learning as well. So I will make it like this.
Thank you. And my second equation, it is like what will you tell the young generation that whether they should go for the online courses to learn this trending technology like the artificial intelligence and machine learning, or to go for a formal the if a formal degree course like a master's in this domain. So what do you think
In
about this?
Okay, in my view, formal degree course is a better one only, like where we can learn a lot of things. And formal degree course is having one more plus point as well, where we will be doing that course only for a certain duration. We will not be doing something else. And if we will be doing a course, then we can learn it really well. And but as we when I see all, it's very hard for all to leave their work and then go for a formal degree course. And for them, I feel it in a way. Doing MOOCs are really useful. And I will suggest to do a MOOC rather than doing just say uh 3 months or 6 month paid course on machine learning or data science, where they charge a lot of fee. And MOOCs, MOOCs, we can do the MOOCs by best of the best faculties. And they have this feature as well, where we can do the MOOC for free also. And that's why I feel MOOCs are helpful in a way. But if anyone can go for a full-fledged degree course and in a good university, that's good, but we have to see from where we are uh, doing it. If we do it from any random place where we will not get good peers, and if we will not get good faculty also, then it will not be useful much.
Thank you very much. Just a small request. Could 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 you please share some light on the topic of big data?
Okay, big data. I am not well versed much with that. So maybe I am not the right one to like share more on that. I have not worked much on big data.
Okay, thank you very much for this session. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it as well, and it was really nice, like two-way session where it was good to know your views on like all those slides. Okay, sounds good then, and thanks all for joining, and I just loved my time spending here. Okay, so Rohil, we can oh oh wrap it now.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then sounds good, folks. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, Vikas, can I call you after something? I have just some personal questions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
So after this call, can I call you on your number? Or
Yeah, sure. I'll just drop my number over chat, or
yeah.
I think direct. I'll share with you over chat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay then, folks. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks for joining.